Alrighty then, welcome back. Couple Zeds coming up on me. Got my hand on the keyboard yet. What's going on here? Yeah, damn chance. Log into it. Put on pause. I ate dinner. Came back and I got a force already on me. Let him bleed a little. Jimmy! I have my own names for each of them. That's Jimmy right there. That's Jerry. I think Jerry was a tough guy. He got mauled by some bears trying to protect some ladies. Because Jerry looks like he got fucked up. Jerry looked like he was, look at him, he's a strapping fella. Jerry was doing battle. He's fucked up all over the place. Look at him. Jerry went down fighting. I think Jerry got took out by a pack of wolves or a bear. I like sometimes to try and figure out what the graphics designer who made something was thinking when he made it. I mean, you got a guy who's a creative guy. He's a creative guy. He's sitting around. He's a graphics designer. He's told to make some zombies. So he says, "Okay, I'll sit down. I'll make some zombies." These days, he has to be creative. He has to think about it. So he's thinking to himself, what's this zombie going to be? He's got to think. He's trying to be realistic. So he's like, what killed this zombie? When he designed it, he's not just putting random marks on him. He's thinking something to himself. Didn't we just kill that guy? Or is that another one? What's going on here? It must have been a herd that spawned right when I was cutting that tree down, right before I put it on pause between the videos. They're all coming from the other side of that building. Oh, son, you got took. Yeah, there must have been a herd that spawned over here. Either that or that's caught some aggro from here. What's going on with this shit in here? Well, I don't know. Anyway. So you're designing things and you're thinking to yourself, what's it going to be? I think the guy was thinking when Jerry got took out, he was probably thinking about a bear. What would a guy look like if he got mauled by a bear, turned into a zombie? Or maybe when the pack of dogs tore him up. The guy who made, the girl with her eye popped out, obviously, you watched the movie Hostel. Uncreative guy had to steal somebody else's eye pop out idea. Alright, just want to get some wood up before we go back to the base, before we can't really get into anything. It's going to be nighttime here momentarily. So like I say, I like to go through the town. And all these trees that are obstructing my view will be what I focus on. I need lumber. So if I'm going to get lumber, I might as well, always try and make the best use of my time. So I'm going to get rid of trees that can present me visual problems later on. Two birds, one stone. One is I need the lumber. Two is later on when I go through here, I'll have a much easier time seeing what's around. Like I said, as you get higher levels, higher game stage, there'll be more and more dangerous wandering things. So this helps me then as well as now. Plus I'm still kind of exploring town. There's still a whole bunch of town here I haven't even looked at yet. Looking for important POIs or farms, honey, those kinds of things. We did get some more meat, but we're going to have the farm, and we're going to need meat for some of the recipes from the farm as well. So I'm not going to look for eggs now, because I'll use the meat with the farm vegetables to make the bigger meals. Kind of going down the side streets is what I'm doing. We already ran around the edge, so I'm just kind of going down the side streets and collecting my lumber that way by knocking down these obstructive trees and taking a look at these houses I haven't really looked at. See like this tree here? Can't see if there's wolves behind that. Not much of a threat in the forest during the day at this level, but like I say, later on at night it'll be threatening. So what we're doing is we're removing the threats. So you can't see what's behind this. Removing those threats for later on when I come through here for all the POIs. I'll come through here 50 times, you know. So I'm going to different towns, going to POIs that are further out, going on missions. How much lumber do we have? 49. Should be enough for tonight. We're running out of time, so we may just have to focus on whatever tree we see. We already made our spikes, but we're going to need to make also our barbed wire, and that means we're going to need to get some iron. You need iron to make barbed wire with. Game stage is still relatively low. 16 or 18. Yeah, 18. So tonight shouldn't be too dangerous, and we do have a gun with some bullets. So we may be able to mine some iron tonight safely. I'm head back to base and drop that farm down. Just wanted to get a little bit more wood while we still had some daylight. And since we already cleared everything around the base, I knew I needed to go a little further out to get the wood. And this is why we'll build a tree farm, okay? We'll build a regular farm for vegetables. And we'll also build a tree farm, and then whenever we need lumber, we'll be able to run out and harvest our trees right beside our base. You can plant those trees really close to each other and make like a really dense, compacted area of trees that you can go and get, you know, lumber really quickly with. We won't really use that until later on, because I'll still be going around the town exploring. I'll be clearing these trees out while I do that. But it's almost nighttime, so. And we'll get to a point if, in a couple of days from now, where nighttime won't be a big deal to us anymore. We won't care. It'll just be, you know, actually it'll just be more fun. But early on, you want to stay to the confines of your base at night until you get a little stronger. Now, a lot of people won't want to get Rule 1 cardio, so they can run a little further, but it's a really mild buff to your run speed. Your run duration really is what it is. It's very small, almost unnoticeable. And by the time we actually really need to do a lot of running around beyond this build stage, we will have a transportation. So again, don't be impatient and pick things too much out of order, because it's just going to cost you later on. Alright. I don't really care about hops. I don't use the wrist wraps. So to me, it's just, I throw it away. What I care about are these 6 right here. Food, drink, medicine. I'm going to go ahead and eat these snowberries. You only get one food for them, but a stack of 18 is the equivalent to a canned food. Just eat them up real quick. Since we got a bunch of them, we got them when we were in that garden. As you can see, that's very tedious. Somebody once said you could live off of snowberries. I mean, technically speaking, you could, if you wanted to spend all day long running around harvesting these bushes and then sit here for 20 minutes eating them. I'm only eating this because I have a stack on me. I might as well just spend 30 seconds and eat down 18 of them. Alright, so what I want to do now is I want to plant my farm, okay? I'm going to need some clay to make mushroom spores with. Alright? So I'm going to take all my fruits and vegetables out now. Okay, the ones I'm going to grow. Alright, and I'm not going to grow these yet. I have plenty of those. That's 10 seeds, and that's like 20 seeds, 15, 20 seeds. Okay, what I need are these 3. Okay, this is for my higher level drink. I'm not even close to being able to make that yet. I'm just storing it for now, the blueberries and the zucca, okay? I'm just storing those until later on. These are what I need now to make my food, and this is my heals, because I'm drinking red tea as my drink until I get to the point where I'm going to use these to make the zucca smoothies, alright? So like I say, now I'm going to pull my, I would have normally picked physician, but since I found the bandages, I don't need to. Okay, so I need 50 of these to be turned into seeds. Since I picked farmer, I can now turn them into seeds, alright? So I want to make 10 seeds, and that'll be 50. Okay? And then the other 50, I'm going to turn into my bandages. Before I do that, I'm going to turn this into a mushroom spore. I'm going to turn 10 of these into potato seeds, and that's more than I need. The rest I'm going to eat. And I can only make 3 corn. This time it turns out I'm lower on corn than I am on potatoes, okay? And then I'm going to store these for food for later, or to make more seeds out of them, okay? So I think I'm going to go ahead and put our farm over here. You want it to be close to base, so you can just run out and check it, harvest it. But you don't want it to be so close that it gets damaged when you're fighting things, especially on the Blood Moon, okay? So give yourself a little bit of distance. Now yes, it's nighttime, so I'm paying attention, I'm looking, and I'm listening. I'm not going too far away from base. Alright, so give yourself at least that much distance, I would say. Alright, because you're going to be fighting the Blood Moon zombies all up in here. Okay. You don't want to throw a grenade and blow up your farm, for instance. Alright, farm plot's just like any other block. You lay it down. Didn't mean to do that, so we'll just go this way. I got a couple extra ones, so I'll lay them down. I'm gonna clear this stuff out of around it, just so it's easier to see and get up onto in case I want to make something around it as well. Like I say, the wolves and the dogs can get down inside the grass. You don't see them, especially at night. So if it's something I'm going to be going near at night, I want to be able to see clearly around it. I've gone out to my farm before at night, was sitting up there harvesting it, and there was a pack of dogs right on the other side of my farm, and I became lunch myself. So like I say, all the things I'm showing you them for reasons that I've actually experienced these things. Those cobblestones going again. Now, all seeds. Actually, let me make this aloe cream first, and then we'll make the cobblestone. All right. All seeds that you're planning to grow things with need to be in the sunlight. Okay. If they're not in the sunlight, then they're not going to grow. Okay? You don't want to build it too close to a building where the building gives it shade. You don't want to build it up on a tree line where the trees are blocking the sun. It actually is, like say the moon right there is the sun. It actually is the rays of light coming from the sun that need to hit it. Okay? You can't build it inside. They won't grow if you build it inside. They have to have light. Okay? So even though it's 24 hours, once a day, every 24 hours you should be able to harvest. That can be extended out to 28, 30, 35, or even 2 days, 48 hours, okay, before you can harvest it depending on light. You'll notice sometimes if it's storming for 2 or 3 days and the sun is blocked out, it will actually take longer for your farm to grow, okay? So definitely do not build it inside, it won't grow at all. And never build your farm on top of your base, like on the roof. Intuitively, you might want to put it on your roof. The thing about it is it actually weighs a lot, and the plants actually have weight when they grow. So you'll build it up on your roof thinking it's all good, and then the plants will grow, and it'll become too heavy, and it'll break the structural integrity of the house, and the whole building will collapse, and you'll lose everything you have. All of your crafting stations, all of your storage containers, all of your loot, everything on your farm, the farm plots themselves, the walls of your building, all of it will be destroyed. So do not build a farm on top of your base. Alright, so the most important one I need right now, the one that I'm lowest on, is corn and mushroom, okay? So the first thing I'll do is make sure that I can plant all of my corn. Okay? The next lowest, I'll talk about mushrooms in a second. The next lowest one is my potatoes. Now I have plenty of potatoes. Okay? As long as I have 2 planted, I'm good. So really, I don't even need to plant all these potatoes, but I'm gonna, because the more the merrier. And then I'm gonna plant these aloe vera, because I can make more band-aids with my aloe veras. I have plenty of blueberry and plenty of zucca. Like I say, I can't really do anything with the drinks right now. Well, that came out perfect. Okay. Because I don't have the skill yet. I don't care about hops. Alright, I don't care about these 2 aloe vera right here. They don't do anything for me. Alright. Now mushrooms are the exception to the rule. Mushrooms do not have to be in the sunlight. You can plant them anywhere. You don't even need a farm plot. You can plant the mushrooms right here on the ground. You can plant them on the wall of your base. You can plant them on your ceiling, your floor. You can plant them anywhere you want. And they don't need light. And they grow. Okay, so I like to put my mushrooms inside the base, so that I can, because they remind me when I see the mushrooms have grown, then there's a pretty good chance the rest of my farm is grown, depending on weather. So for now, I'm just going to put these mushrooms right here. That way when because I'll forget, like under normal circumstances, the farm should be ready to harvest tomorrow at 23:25. That's what time it is right now. 24 hours from now will be 23:26 tomorrow. Okay, so I should be able to harvest it. But like I say, weather can make that take longer. Okay, the amount of light they're getting can make it take longer. So I'll put the mushrooms like in my house where I'm always at, and when I see that the mushrooms are fully grown, that's like, oh, that's my signal to go check my farm. Okay. Now I got my hammer, so I should be able to build faster now. Okay. What I want to do real quick, just because it annoys me, is I want to clean all this grass out of my face. So I'm just going to go around real quick. It won't take me but 2-3 minutes. And I'm just going to get rid of this grass inside my base. I don't want a wolf to jump my fence and be mixed up in the dark in my own grass inside my courtyard. And yes, that has happened to me. Plus, I may want to build something, and I want to be able to make sure there's no rocks or any other type of block that's going to obstruct me from wanting to build something quickly. Like I might need to throw down I may be fighting something in the courtyard. I want to throw down a frame so I can use it as a ladder to jump. And right at that moment, it's pivotal. I'm about to get killed by something. I'm trying to be fast. And there's a rock on the ground. And I throw my frame up, and my frame doesn't get laid down because the rock's in the way. And then boom, I drop dead. That has happened to me. So basically what I'm doing is I'm clearing this out to make sure there's nothing obstructing my courtyard. And also, it's aesthetically appealing. You will find yourself fighting in your courtyard. So it only takes a minute. Plus, we're kind of waiting on the bandages and stuff. So the band-aids are done. Alright, so now I'm going to use recipes, and I'm going to turn them into bandages again. Alright, that's my 2 stacks of band-aids that I went and collected. And like I say, hadn't I found that recipe, I would have just picked a position. Before I picked the farm. And then tonight, I would still make plenty of experience to pick the farm as well. I'm going to make a bunch of levels here in a moment. This is one of the points, one of the reasons that we're building the base, is to have enough skill points to be able to pick all of the perks that open up and unlock the different aspects of the game, like building a farm, building a forge, making transportation. And we want to unlock all that stuff before we start venturing out into the world. During the Stone Age, when venturing out into the world is at its least lucrative. Okay, I'm not concerned with looting 15 stone shovels right now. So I'm going to make it where when I do go out and loot much better items, I have a greater chance of doing so. All right. And that should be that. We do have 1 point left. We're good here. We're good here. We're good here. We're good here. And this is where I saved some points for having to pick physician because I found that recipe. Okay, so we're just going to hold it for right now. We don't need it for anything. And we are going to finish upgrading our base. So now we're going to use the hammer, because the hammer will make it much faster. And we're going to upgrade our foundation. See how much faster the hammer is? This is why I threw the wall up first, because the wall is protecting me from anything harming me. Okay? And that's something I was saying earlier, you know. You'll be building in here, you'll be crafting in here, you'll be cooking in here, making all kinds of noise, light, and heat, and that wall is the barrier between all the things out in the wild that are hearing the noise and detecting the light and the heat. And later on you'll start dealing with screamers. They scream, they summon up 20, 30 zombies. You know, they'll be wandering wolf packs, and that wall is your first line of defense. It's protecting you in here. Have to build a wall. There are other base designs, okay, that you can implement. It's just my base design, so I'm, you know, telling you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, along with showing you how to do all these other things. There are many different ways to build bases. Okay? You don't have to build anything remotely close to what I'm building here. You know, build what suits your fancy, but just build enough to give you the experience for whatever plan you devise. Like this plan I'm devised here is. Excuse me. When we get to the end of it, you'll see how opened up our character is. It may be more than you want. You may not want to have to go that far. You know, you may want to go further. Okay, so I'm just showing you how to do it. As far as base design is concerned, you know, design what floats your boat. See how many heal bandages we have? That's why we went to the desert. And I suggest as a noob you do go and get the bandages, okay? Because what that means is you can afford to get hit. You can afford to trade blows in combat. And since you don't have a lot of practice with the weapons and with the monsters, you're going to get hit a lot more often. So rather than dying constantly, you're going to be able to heal and recover, okay, and continue on the fighting, and that'll give you more time to practice. Holy lag, Batman! Definitely a little behind. Damn it. Excuse me. I'm definitely a little behind because of stopping and talking and showing things on the map. Normally, I would be here, you know, probably around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm a good 8 or 10 game hours behind where I would be right now. So like I say, I understand that when you're playing by yourself, if you're implementing this strategy, it's actually going to be quicker than this because you're not going to be stopping constantly and talking and showing things on the map. And it seems longer than it really is. Remember, I'm building and I'm upgrading twice. I'm building it and then I'm upgrading it to reinforced wood. And then I'm upgrading it again to cobblestone. Oh, whoops. Let's go ahead and get some of this up in here. And see, I did not want to fast forward through all this. I want you to see what it really is, okay? Not what the pro YouTubers are showing you. Like, oh yeah, I gained these 10 levels last night and I made this 400,000 reinforced concrete for my walls. You see how long it takes, okay? They're not doing that in one night. Especially when they're playing on like 1 hour day length. Please. Their nighttime is like 15 minutes long. So I didn't want to edit this stuff out. I want to skip what 1 day hour and 1 day minute. I want you to see how long it really takes. You have the option to fast forward if you don't want to watch me pound. I mean, you know, just hit the fucking fast forward button on the YouTube video. Although you may miss my glorious insights when I have them. Alright, that's the foundation. Now I'm going to build the floor. Ah! All right. See them levels zooming by? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Hear me sucking on tea, my bad. Trying to keep the mic away. Like I say, I don't have professional setup here. I'm a pro 7 Days to Die gamer. A pro gamer that's been playing since Atari. But I am an amateur YouTuber for sure. I'm sick. And I'm high too. Smoking the ganja. Making me cough. headset off just then. I do apologize if you heard that. I did take the headset off. This is the biggest part. These two big giant stone slabs we're having to lay down. That takes the longest. But see, this is a big giant stone slab that the Zeds are going to have to get through to get to me. See what I mean? This will take a lot of damage. Eventually this will be upgraded to steel. I mean, they have to really send the forces to bring this down. And they'll say, oh, the demo guys, they're going to blow it all up. No, that's not true at all. Maybe to you fucking shitty players, the demos are not that big of a deal. They're called Demolishers. They're the strongest zombie that appears later on in the game. They have a bomb attached to their vest, so basically suicide bomber zombies is what they are. And they'll run up and they'll explode and they'll blow your base all apart. They do that to wooden bases. The Demolishers do not blow up steel blocks. Okay, they do damage to them. If you get 3 or 4 Demolishers hit your steel blocks one after the other, then yes, that will eventually blow your steel blocks up. And they don't always explode. They only explode if you shoot them where the bomb is at. And just a little hint, if any shitty players haven't figured it out yet and you're watching this, shoot the bomb a second time and it will deactivate. So if you shot the bomb by accident and now it's ticking, tick, 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 it's fixing to explode, shoot it again and it'll turn it off. There's pro tip number 1 for you, okay? So, not until the highest game stage will you get to a point where you have 10 or 15 demos coming at you at once. And then yeah, over the course of the night you'll probably have 100 of them attack you, okay? I would say out of that 100 demos that attacks me at game stage 600, maybe 10 of them explode. And they're on all different points in my base, since I'm not doing a silly choke point and having them all explode in the same place. I want to blow up on my north wall, want to blow up on my south wall, 2 will blow up on the east wall, 1 will blow up on the tunnel, etc. And since it's all steel, they're not blowing any holes into anything. So demos really aren't a big deal. The real threat on the Bloodman is the fat cops. The big fat greenish cops with the hat on. They spit acid. And when you start getting 20 and 30 of those guys, they have targeted ranged attacks. And they'll start blowing up your turrets, things like that. They can hit you from far. So whereas none of the other zombies can hit you unless you're in melee range. And at that level you're using guns. Okay? This fat cop can, because he can shoot back. And that acid does a lot of damage. Fucks you and your base. The fat cops are much more dangerous than the demos are. The experience rolling in. Rolling in. reason I make this 2 blocks high is that's the height of the zombies. They can't get on 2 blocks unless they're stacking on top of each other's heads. So if they breach the wall, still have a chance to fight them with a spear, for instance, while on this, before they can get to me. So it's like a second layer of height advantage is what it is. And it's giant, and it also serves as a giant slab foundation to prevent them from being able to bring the bottom of my tower out from underneath me, thus collapsing the whole tower. They would have to shred this whole thing, okay, in order to bring my tower down, and that's just not going to happen. I'd have to have 200-300 demos all explode to take this down. Okay, the only way that's going to happen is I'm just deliberately trying to blow them up. So again, remember, we're not just upgrading this base. We're not just building this base. We're upgrading it twice. Alright, so now it's daytime and I'm high enough up at the base of the tower that you should be able to see what I'm talking about now. Okay? Since I cleared all them trees out, I have plenty of maneuverability around my base, and I have plenty of vision around my base. There's no trees blocking my vision. Okay? I can see clearly any bears or wolves all the way out to and past my mines. Okay? Any herds of zombies that appear. Okay, so I'm not going to be taken by surprise by anything. Alright? So it's my vision and my maneuverability while I'm going ahead and collecting that wood and stuff. So there's breakfast. And wolves nowadays, since A19, run like little bitches when you hurt them. So what you can do, okay, is you can turn your back to him, and he'll come back sooner. He'll think you're vulnerable because you got your back to him, and he'll come back. Sometimes he comes back immediately. Sometimes it takes a few minutes. There he is. See? Going back, doggy? This is the worst dynamic I've ever seen in a game. It was cool when it was just the coyotes. You had this like hit and run animal. But then they made it where all the wolves do it. All the dogs. And since there's just too many of them in the game, for any player to want to have to deal with that on a regular basis, you know? It's cool when you went out in the desert and the coyotes had that hit and run thing. But now that it's all the wolves, because wolves are constant, you're always dealing with wolves. Which means now it's constant that you're dealing with them running off. Oh, it's so annoying. It's just eating up my time is all it's doing. You should be pretty weak by now. Remember, we don't have much for armor. This is insane. They hit hard. And fast. So maybe I'll just finish him off with the gun. That's gonna make me... She's not even gonna turn around now. He's just gonna keep running. Seriously? It's even worse than I thought. Whenever you're harvesting an animal, try to hit him in his body, his butt, his hind area. Sometimes you hit him in the head and it decapitates and you lose half the meat. I don't know if that's intentional or if it's a bug, but I hate when I decapitate them. Alright, there's breakfast. Now I'm going to need some iron to make my barbed wire. And I'm going to need some more wood. And I'm going to need some more clay and some more stone so I can get some cobblestone cooking, okay? So I'm going to run over here to the iron coal. Some food up. Get some stamina regen kicking. I'll go ahead and eat this. Well, 10 minutes. Go ahead and eat this rock buster right now. That goes for 10 minutes. And we're gonna go ahead and harvest up. Good amount of clay and iron right here. See the shovel icon on the left side, bottom of my screen, the shovel with a little lightning bolt on it, 9 minutes. That's how long that candy lasts, so I want to be mining for that whole time. I don't need a whole lot of iron. Iron is something more for endgame. Okay, that's when you're going to be upgrading to steel and stuff like that. And we will get a good bit of iron when we go harvesting cars. Alright? Because when you're breaking down cars with a wrench, you do get iron. But we need a good bit of iron now to make our barbed wire. And we need some iron to make a bunch of forged steel with, which we're also going to need for repair kit. Repair kits is duct tape and forged steel. So I'm going to go ahead and get a good bit of iron up now, and I don't have to think about it. I'm also going to want iron to upgrade my armor. So you can get away with skipping the step where you're iron mining if you hit a whole bunch of cars. Okay? And we are going to hit a significant amount of cars, but not till a bit later on, so I'll just get this iron right here, because I also need the clay. And we are going to need some coal, so maybe we'll get some coal too, since it's right here beside the iron. I want to get 2,000-3,000 iron up, though. I do need some clay still. Like I said, we want to make the barbed wire as well. Don't make the mistake of thinking that getting an iron pickaxe, if you find one maybe to buy, will be better than the stone axe, because in order for the upgraded pickaxes, the iron pickaxe and the steel pickaxe, to actually give you more, think of DPS, damage per second, okay? Damage per second is something that you're considering over time. And until your Spectral Tyrannosaurus is up to like rank 3, okay, you're not going to be regenerating your stamina as quickly as you're depleting it with an iron pickaxe. So what's going to happen is you're going to swing 4 or 5 times and you're going to have to wait. Well, during your wait time, if you were to put another guy right over there with a pickaxe, he's just going to keep on going. So even though you're getting more per hit with the iron pickaxe, you're constantly stopping with the iron pickaxe. So I did tests on this, and what happens is you get over, say, a 10-minute period of time. With the axe, you would get, say, 1,000. I don't remember the exact number, it's been months ago. Okay, so I'm just to show you the ratio that I do remember. Okay, you might get 1,000 iron with the pickaxe, and you might get, with the stone axe, and with the pickaxe you might get 1,100. You get over like a 10-minute stretch, you just get very little more. You do get more, but it's very little. The difference between 1,000 and 1,100 over a 10-minute stretch. Okay, so now I want you to weigh that against constantly being out of stamina. Every time you're out of stamina, you can't run or swing your weapon. And when you're mining, you're making noise and you're drawing things to your attention, especially if you're mining metal, like iron or lead, or you're doing it at night. So you're consistently putting yourself at risk by running yourself completely out of stamina every 30 to 40 seconds. Okay? And that, it puts you in a dangerous situation. So that dangerous situation of being out of stamina, unable to run or fight back, is not worth the tiny little bit more of the resource that you're getting. Okay? Now once your Spectral Tyrannosaurus has worked up to like rank 3, then you're going to be able to regenerate your stamina quick enough to where you're going to get a lot more yield with an iron or a steel pickaxe than you would with the stone axe. And so you'd want to switch at that point. Okay, it gets to a point here where if I were to pick Spectral Tyrannosaurus again, Spectral Tyrannosaurus 2, using the stone pickaxe, my stamina, or the stone axe, my stamina bar won't even move. It'll regenerate quicker than it's depleting by swinging the stone axe. Okay, so you have to get to a point where you can do that with the iron and steel pickaxe, which is, like I say, 3 or 4 in the Spectral Tyrannosaurus. 3, I think. Okay, so unless you're investing a lot in the Spectral Tyrannosaurus, remember, it's safer to use the stone axe, and the yield is really unnoticeable over stretches of time with the iron pickaxe. Especially considering if you're working up your skill, you get a higher quality stone axe than what you could buy or find with the iron pickaxe. You can't even find an iron pickaxe right now because you're still in the Stone Age. You'd have to buy it. So you spend 4,000 or 5,000 Duke coins, spending 2 days, a day or two, doing missions, risking yourself doing POIs, in order to get the money to buy the higher tier 5,000 Duke coin pickaxe that is only going to tire you out every 30 seconds. See what I'm saying? It just isn't worth it. So just wait till your Spectral Tyrannosaurus is higher. And you're able to find a pickaxe or make one. Okay? So the stone axe really is the best for a while. I generally, eventually will get a Q6 stone axe, and I would just use that all the way up to like level 50 or 60. Because it's about that time that I finally have an iron pickaxe or a steel pickaxe that's good enough to really outdo it. And by that time, I'm finding an auger. So they really, and I made this, argument before on the forums about they need to, some people are saying you should nerf the shovel and the pickaxe because they're so much better than the iron or the steel versions, and it's not. You don't want to nerf this. You already see how long this is taking. Who wants to do longer than this? You know what I mean? Seriously. I mean, this is enough mining and crafting in the game. Okay. So it's not that those items need to be nerfed. It's that the iron and the steel versions need to be brought up. The block damage that they're doing needs to be increased. It'll make them more in line with what the shovel, with what the stone is doing, and with what the auger is doing. Because once you get an auger, the auger is 20 times faster than the quality 6 axe, for instance. Okay, the auger is way faster. All right, this time right now, I got what, 2,600 iron. I got a video online, mining with the auger and robotic turrets is the name of it. And the point of that video is to show you the robotic turrets and how you can use them to defend yourself when you're mining. Okay, but you'll also see at the end where I show you the resources I got. At the same time it took me to get that 2,600 iron, this, what, 1,500 clay, I get 100,000 iron. 100,000, okay? And like 20,000 clay, 50,000 stone, all at the same time with the auger. So the auger is like, this is 2,600 iron and 1,500 clay. With the auger I'd have 100,000 iron. Not 2,600, 2,600, but 100,000. Okay, and 50,000 clay, 50,000 stone as well. So, you know, the auger is way better. So the gap is, the problem is the iron and the steel tools are too low. They're doing too low block damage. Okay, and that makes it where the auger is way better, and the stone axe is competing now with the steel pickaxe. And what makes the difference is the amount of stamina that you have. So so it's not the tool that's better; it's your character's perk that's finally making it better. So keep that in mind, okay? Don't say, "Oh, I want to get iron pickaxes. That'll make it faster," because it will not, unless you put several points in a Sex Tyrannosaurus, which means you have to work up your strength. And there's just other things you can be using your perks for right now, because it will not get, even in that situation where you did that, it's barely better than the stone axe. It's just not worth it. Got 15 more seconds left on the buffs, so I'm going to use them up. One more stone block right here. Still a couple more of them. Let's level this. We're not going to take the whole thing down, but just some of it. And we'll get our cobblestone going. In the meantime, let's get our bobbed wire going, okay? We need about 150 of those as well. As you see, my wood is now diminishing again. little bit more stone, and we should be good for now. Alright, so the next thing is we're going to do what I'm calling carjacking, okay? We're getting ready to move into the crafting part of the game, alright? I'm going to need my stations and stuff, and that's what we're going to use our next handful of perk points on, is getting our crafting ready, okay? And crafting requires mechanical things, alright? And like I was telling you about different loots, okay? Cars tend to drop the type of mechanical parts that you use in crafting, okay, to build your actual crafting stations and the things that you're crafting. I call it carjacking, okay? And it's also one of the things that I do when I'm clearing the town as well. So more of those trees that are obstructing my vision, I'll chop down because I need more wood. And I'll also be increasing my mobility and my vision in town while I chop it down. And I'll be jacking those cars, okay? And I already got most of the roadkill, but I'll also grab any roadkill I see. I don't want to do anything more than that because I'll have too many inventory spots being filled up, and I'll have to constantly run back to base. And I don't want to have to constantly run back to base with, you know, to get rid of the loot, okay? You need a wrench for this. Wrenches, you can either find them in the passing gas, POI, or you can get them in the sinks all over the game in the different POIs, okay? If you're not ready to go into a POI and you're still wanting to build up before you really go fighting, you can make it with the skill salvage operations, which is under perception, okay? But I don't like to use that skill point because wrenches are pretty easy to find. You hit a couple of sinks up, you usually get a couple of wrenches. And you'll want to hit some sinks up because sinks drop first off your cooking pot. They're also right there in kitchens and stuff, so you're getting empty jars to make drinks with, food, okay, and also acid drops in sinks. Okay, so if you need acid to make your chemistry station or your tires with, you get them also from sinks, and wrenches from sinks. So you see, kitchens are really lucrative, okay? I should get just a little more iron. 16, that should be 160, yeah. We need no, we're gonna get some iron when we jack the cars. Okay. So let's go drop this loot off, free up our inventory some. I think I will. Just wanted to get something cooking while I was building, so I'm not wasting time. Gonna go ahead and upgrade this to cobblestone before I run off. Make sure you've always got something, you know, that you're creating something. Right now we're creating that barbed wire. And as soon as that barbed wire is done, we'll have the clay and the stone to go ahead and make some more cobblestone. And then I think we may be good on cobblestone. But now we need some more wood. So we're going to jack some, we're going to need more iron. So we're going to jack some cars and get some more iron and all the parts that we need to make mechanical shit with. Cut a few more trees down and around, maybe pick up a little bit more rotting flesh and bones. We need the bones. While simultaneously clearing line of sight and mobility throughout the town and exploring the town to see if there are any other POIs that we are interested in. All that at the same time, you see what I mean? You don't have to rush into the POIs, and you should not do that. You need to get your base and stuff built first. If we were doing POIs, if we had went straight on the tutorial mission, went straight to the trader, and just started running missions, we'd be like level 6 or 7 right now. Okay, the best vets would be maybe level 10 or 12. Okay, only the best would be maybe level 14 or 15. Okay, I mean that's the guys that are really fucking rocking it. The best of the best. Okay, unless they've got their experience bonus jacked up. Like this is only 100%. This is regular experience. Now, if you jack your experience up to 200-300%, then yeah, okay, that's gonna make you faster because you're getting twice or 3 times more experience. This is normal experience. If I was on 300% experience, I'd be like level 50 right now. You know, that's just ridiculous. We're level 16, by the way. Dixon is 17. You can see the level by your health bar. You start off with 100, so, and you gain 1 point for every level you go up. So you can tell it has that's 116. That means I'm level 16. Day 5. And we're just now starting the actual crafting. Most of you have been gathering resources. We've been distracted going to get our gun and checking out our merchants and stuff, you know. We haven't actually been devoting ourselves to this. We spent 2 days of these 5 days going and getting a gun, digging up buried treasure, checking out the traders, exploring the map, you know what I'm saying? We already have a farm up too. See what I mean? It's in the floor of the land claim block. Alright. Oh, we're out of red tea. Alright. Let's go ahead and make some more murky water. See, the snowballs? There's a well right at my house. I don't have to go to a water source. My water source is here at home. Alright. While that cooks, I'm just going to use up these waters that I found. 4 minutes is not a long time, but I don't care. All it's going to do is burn some wood up. You know, maybe I'll maybe lose 30 or 40 wood. Just like 5 chops on a tree. Okay. Oh, we're messing up already. Now the wrench is like an Iron Age item. Okay. It's an item that requires a repair kit in order to fix. And that's the thing about wrenches now, okay? I'm going to take damage to that wrench by using it. And the only way to repair it is with this repair kit. Okay? That's why I went and got all that iron. That's why I'm collecting bones. Because I'm going to need to make repair kits in order to repair the gear that I'm fixing to start getting. Luckily, I found one. Didn't see any passing gas in this. Yeah, I did see one over here. So I could go inside residential houses and look for sinks, and I might find 2 or 3 wrenches that way. I may also find some more acid that way. Or I could go into that passing gas and see if I can get a wrench and a whole stack of repair kits. Passing gases don't just drop a wrench on occasion. They also drop repair kits. So I might be able to go in that passing gas and loot up 10 or 15 repair kits. I am going to need 2 wrenches and 2 hammers in order to build my crafting stations. Okay, I'm going to need 1 wrench and 1 hammer to make the workbench. And I'm going to want 1 left over to be able to wrench cars with. Okay, so you're going to want 2 each. Now, the hammer we can make. The wrench we can't unless we pick salvage operations. I'd rather not spend a skill point on something I can find. So this is swinging it. If it's making that motion, you're too far away and you're banging on it, you're not wrenching it. This is the motion it makes when you're wrenching it. Turn sideways, okay? Look at the bottom right corner. That's all the loot that comes from cars. Okay? You notice a different type of loot, springs, and oil and gas. Now we're also going to use this. These are very lucrative things to do, okay? The springs, the short iron pipes, the mechanical parts, the electrical parts. Okay, those are all things you're going to use to make all kinds of mechanical things in the game, like grenades, your crafting stations, your tools, all kinds of things like that. Okay, but also you're getting oil and gas. And the gas, of course, you can use to fuel your car and stuff with. Okay, but more importantly, at the lower level, you use the oil and gas to make Molotov cocktails. Okay. Molotov cocktails are an area effect, damage over time bomb. Okay, like pretty much 1 stack of Molotov cocktails makes the first Blood Moon a baby event. Okay, just stand on your wall, toss Molotovs, they're all dead. Okay, it makes the Blood Moon a cinch, a cakewalk. Plus, it's nice to have grenades. When you're going through POI, you run into a herd, you throw your grenade, your Molotov, and it kills 5 zombies at once, okay? Or a room filled with zombies, you know what I mean? Now I'm playing on Insane, so the Molotovs don't just kill them. Only the weakest zombies will hit, like a nurse, okay? The rest of them, it does good damage to them. About 80%, 70-80% of their life. Okay. The fat zombies generally have more hit points, so a Molotov would not kill that guy. It would half kill him. Okay, but hey, half killing 10 zombies is still a nice thing to have happened. Okay. And as you get higher level, especially on Insane, the zombies will be harder. I mean, they'll have more hit points. Okay, and they'll be irradiated. And so they'll be healing, and it'll get to the point where they're healing just as fast as the Molotov is doing its damage over time. So you get to a point around level 70-80 to where Molotovs aren't working anymore because they just aren't doing enough damage to the monster. Okay, he just heals back the damage it does. But early levels, they're awesome. They're awesome. They're totally awesome. You can also set a bear on fire or a pack of wolves on fire. And then they're very lucrative, okay? You're going to loot batteries and engines out of cars, okay? Now engines we need. See, somebody would have been happy about that. But we can make it. Engines you're going to need to make your cement mixers with. And you're going to use engines to make your generators, to power your generators with, okay? So engines are important because you need them to power things. All right. See, it's gone already. That's the end of our 1 repair kit. So we're only going to be able to do so many cars before we're out of energy here. But we don't need, maybe 2 engines early on. 3. We'll We'll need one for the mini bike if we choose to make the mini bike. And then we'll need, I like that. That's what I usually do. I make the mini bike and 2 cement mixers to start. So I need 3 engines to do that. Okay, each cement mixer takes an engine. And the mini bike needs a engine. And then every engine after that, I'm just going to sell. And they're 200 Duke coins a piece. So you can make some pretty good money off of engines, okay? And there's so many cars all over the map. Later on, when I need to have 10 and 15 engines, I'll go carjacking again and get my 10 or 15 engines. No big deal. Okay? They're plentiful. And then batteries, you use those for the battery bank. It's way later in the game, you'll have access to solar panels. Okay, and that's generator banks. And so batteries are nice for that. That's how you get power at the later levels. Okay, power to run the electricity in your house, for instance. But like I say, when that time comes, you'll go and get them all. No big deal, because cars, as you can see, are everywhere. So early level, once you've gotten your 3 engines, all of your engines and your batteries you're just going to sell. And also those headlights, we need 1 or 2 of them depending on what we make. As far as transportation goes, and the rest of them you can sell, and they also sell for good money. A quality 6 battery, for instance, I think sells for 800 Duke coins. So looting these cars like this, breaking these cars down, is extremely lucrative. Alright? You're talking about lots of money, lots of mechanical parts to build with, and Molotov cocktails to fight with. Okay? So cars are extremely lucrative. Also, there's a book you can find if you get lucky that makes it where acid drops inside cars as well. Say what? But I don't have that book. Like I say, it's a rare find. It's a book you might find here and there. So we're probably going to have to go get acid out of sinks. I think we have a wheel and 3 acid, so we can make 1 wheel out of 1 acid, which means we have 2 acid after we make our wheels. But we need 5 to make a chemistry station, and we also need a beaker. I was unlucky, and I haven't seen a beaker for sale. I'm right beside Jen. Usually she's the one that has beakers for sale. You can get a beaker from a poppin' pills or any type of medical supply loot. So you're going to want to find a medical place in order to get the beaker. Okay, and that's another thing that you need to make your chemistry station. A beaker, a couple of cooking pots, and 5 acid, okay? And that's usually the one that takes the longest to make, because those items can be rarer, okay? Now buses and army trucks take a lot to break down, okay? They have a lot of health, and they take a lot to break down. Now later on I'll break them down because that's nice. But right now we don't have any repair kits, and I want to make sure I get some engines and batteries to sell. I'm going to skip the bus and just keep it in the cars. The bus will give me more basic resources that come from the vehicle. They won't give me any more engines and batteries than anything else. And the engines and batteries are kind of what I'm also interested in here. So I'm going to hit up that passing gas. We have plenty of heals now. We have our antibiotics. We're capable of fighting fairly decently. We have our gun to back us up. Alright, we can handle a POI, okay? I don't like to go into POIs until my game stage is a little higher. It's one of the reasons we're working on the base. To get our level up higher, to get our game stage up higher. So that when we go looting, we get better loot. But even in the Stone Age, you can get repair kits and wrenches from the passing gas, alright? Mainly, I'm hoping to get some repair kits. Now, whereas you can I think I said it before, but just a reminder, whereas you can mine coal and nitrate to make gunpowder, and you can mine lead to make bullet tips, the only way to get brass, okay, is to find it out in the world. Another thing about cars that's great. Alright, Chicola. Let's do it. Told you I'd slap you, bitch. But you don't listen. You always gotta have your way. So, another thing about cars, that looked pretty crazy, is they have brass radiators in them. Okay, brass radiators is a big chunk of brass. Okay, so that's another thing about cars, is you're getting brass. So we're at the point now where brass matters. Okay, level 1, level 2, I'll sell brass because I need money. But now I want bullets. So I'm actively going to collect brass whenever I can get it. Do not get rid of brass. Brass can be rare early on. It's not rare, it's just the amount of brass you find compared to how much brass you need. You know, it's never enough. Now later on, like I say, we're going to use repair kits. We're going to repair all the items we're finding. We're going to sell them. We're going to make massive amounts of money. Then we're going to turn around and melt the Duke coins for brass. But that's not till later. So right now, we need brass. And whenever you see a vending machine at a POI like that, check it. Most of them are broken, but sometimes they work. See, this one works. So you can also get food and stuff from here as well. So I will mark this on my map as vending. And that reminds me that there's another vending machine here. So if there's something in particular I'm wanting to hoard up on it, I'm never going to need food because I've already shown you how to beat the food situation, okay? But I may want to get stocks up on rock candy, rockbuster candy, because that gives me mining bonuses. So I may hit 3 or 4 vending machines to see if I can stock up on them. Alright, now we're already over encumbered. See, we haven't worked on our encumbrance yet. Okay, so we're encumbered already. Don't need that. When I need it, I'll get it. Everything else here we really need. I don't want to be going into a POI encumbered because I'm going to be pulling things out of that POI that's going to encumber me even more. I was telling you to split your loot tables, okay? So now that the cars are out of the way right here on this street, when I loot all these POIs, I won't have, you know, these types of stacks in my inventory because these drop in cars. Alright, they don't drop in here in the house. They do, but much smaller, much more rare. Alright. So I'm going to see. There's probably another car inside here. I'm not so encumbered that I can't fight. There's a sleeper right there. Let's go ahead and get a bonus hit on him. Let's throw a dot on her. Lead. Now let's range her with our spear. Not gonna loot, I just want to see if there's a car in here. There is. I'm moving slower because I'm encumbered. So it's important I keep my distance. It's Jerry, he's kind of tough. Because I'm encumbered, my stamina is also recovering slower. Alright, let's get this ad over here real quick. Wow, my frames just dropped. I don't know why. When it does that, it makes everything slow in the game. You didn't kill me, the frame lost, bitch. So hope my video didn't go to crap. I say I don't really have the hardware for this. And when part of the walkthrough is the reality of this game is got heavy processing use. Another vending machine, what's that? That's the Yakuji smoothie we're going to be making. 78 water, 22 food, health, and cold resist. See, I usually make my clothes heat resistant, and then I use this for my cold resist. What this game does, okay, this is a voxel game. So what that means is the game is having to keep track of every block in the game. Okay, so it uses a huge amount of processing, more than any other game you've ever played. Okay, and so you have to understand there's massive processing in this game. Oh, sweet! There's our chemistry station. All right, now that was nice. Processing, well, we still need to get a beaker. You know, a lot of people confuse it with frame loss. It's not frame loss, okay? This game is just a processing slowdown. So unless you have like the best state-of-the-art computer out there, okay, you're going to experience these like processing slowdown riffs every once in a while in this game. Okay, it's not done yet. It's still an alpha, all right? And like I say, it's a voxel game, so it takes a huge amount of processing speed or processing. Okay, like my processor is taxed. When I play this game, it's like 90% of my processor. Okay, I have to turn my internet off, everything to get this game going. And if you notice, my graphics are turned way down. Normally I can play on higher graphics than this, but when I record, it's also using processing speed to record. So, and that's just enough to push me over because this thing is such a hog. Okay, and so I have to turn my graphics down in order to record. But I still experience these slowdowns, and that's what's happening right now. It's the whole game is slowing down, and it happens every once in a while. And I don't, so as far as video purposes concerned, my video is probably choppy right now. So I do apologize for that. Okay, like I say, I'm not professional. I don't have a $5,000 state-of-the-art computer, and I'm not a professional computer programmer, computer scientist who knows how to get the best. Combination of hardware to make the best computer. Okay, I'm a chemist, I'm not a computer programmer. So my computer is decent, it's just this game is a hog. Alright, so like I say, if you just have a normal computer or a decent gaming computer, you're going to experience these riffs. Alright, so just expect it as part of the game. Now if you got a really good computer, then you may not experience it, or you may not experience it very often. I gotta tell you, I don't experience it that often. Every once in a while I get it. And it doesn't last that long. Sometimes it lasts 5 minutes and goes away, sometimes 30 minutes. But it never lasts too long. It doesn't make the game unplayable by any means. But what it's doing is it's slowing everything down. It's slowing my stamina regen down, my hit point regen down, my weapons are swinging slower. Okay, it's having an effect on me. Alright, I want to keep 2 of these. I want to sell the rest. I'm going to keep my gas, my oil from Molotovs. See, I got a big chunk of iron there. I want to keep these mechanical parts and these electrical parts. They're important to things I need to make. That's a bunch of brass radiators. Here's a pile of brass we just found. I want to melt these brass candlesticks and stuff down. You melt them down in your forge to get brass. Okay. And here's my 3 engines I needed. So that's nice. Alright. So we can sell those at least right now. And we got everything else we needed. Alright, let's turn this into boiled water. For now. let's combat that pass gas. Hopefully we can either get another wrench or two, or a stack of repair kits out of there. Remember, keep in mind, you can get wrenches in any kind of sink, okay? But also in the pass gas. But the main reason that we're going to the pass gas is to try and get a stack of repair kits. Now, we'll be able to make those repair kits shortly, tonight. But we can't make them right now, so...
If you are here to buy, I've got the best selection of medicine in the wasteland.
That's 200 right there. Let me see something real quick, if I overlooked something. Oh, I'm gonna buy those vitamins.
Now that was a good deal.
I'm talking about vitamins, okay?
Trust me.
Vitamins clear the effect called fatigue, okay? There's all kinds of effects you can get in this game. I don't know if you look in the bottom left corner. We're showing my food, by the way. It's showing me that I have a sprained arm. And that's why my maximum health and stamina have been dropped. Because I got that sprained arm, okay? Your sprained arm, sprained leg, broken arm, lacerations, fatigue, hunger, thirst, bleeding, infection. Okay, these are all different status effects that are affecting your character in different ways. Okay, most of them pretty much it's lower your maximum stamina, maximum health. Bleeding is especially deadly because that means you're bleeding out. You'll die quickly if you don't heal a bleed. You heal bleeding with a bandage, by the way. Okay. A particularly nasty one is fatigue. Fatigue lasts for 2 straight hours, 2 real hours, so it's the entire game day. Okay, and when you're playing on Insane, the thing about Insane is you have the zombies are hitting you really, really hard. Well, what the fatigue does is it makes it where the zombies hit you even harder. So fatigue sucks on the normal settings, okay, because it makes the zombies hit you harder. But on Insane, where they're already hitting you for 40 and 50, fatigue means they're hitting you for 60 and 70. You literally can die in 1 to 2 hits, depending on what it is. A bear, if you're fatigued, a bear will just take you out in 1 hit. 1 swipe, boom, you're dead. So fatigue is particularly nasty on Insane. So vitamins cure fatigue, and they're not particularly common. So if I see vitamins, I'll grab them. Because getting fatigue is horrible on Insane. It's just like, oh shit. Alright. Let my stamina come back before I go in here. Always when I go in a POI, the first thing I do is I clear it out of zombies first. Keep in mind that any place with a fence has a good chance of having a dog in it. So if you see a fence, be wary. Pretty sure there's not a dog here. Been in this pass of gas many times. Yeah, there may be one on the roof. Sometimes I've seen one on the roof. Alright, so the first thing you do is you clear it out. Alright. And then you loot, okay? Also, roofs tend to have birds on them. Alright, so get ready for the bird. And the possibility of a dog. Alright, let's go ahead and dot him up. Dot his buddy up. Whoops. Damn, I missed twice. Ah! I could have broke my leg just then. Alright, let's put a dot on her too. Yeah, that bitch in the purple rages a lot. She likes to enrage. Got that frame loss thing kicking. So it's kind of slowing me down. Can't even swing my weapon. It's dragging on my weapon swing. Oh, off with the head, bitch. Makes me sluggish. It's hard to aim. So hopefully it goes away soon. Where's your buddy at? By picking miner, I can chop through these doors pretty quick now. I have a sprained arm, that's why I'm swinging my weapon real slow. I'm saying the combination of swinging my left weapon slow because of the sprained arm, and everything being slowed down because of this processing gig, definitely has an effect on you when you're playing the game, okay? So be careful. I'm sluggish, I'm slow. Even my hit points are regenerating slowly right now because of the processing issue. So I do apologize, I'm pretty sure my video just went to shit. But it'll clear up here shortly. Alright, we're clear. Let's see what we got. Some bullets, I'll take that. A shotgun messiah means possibility of gun-related things. Well, we got a quality 2 bow, it's better than what we have. Alright, this is what we're looking for. Pass and gas shield shipping crate. Could have a wrench in it, could have a stack of repair kits. Come on, stack of repair kits. And we got shit tools that we can make better. That sucked. Of course, that would have been a nice find for someone who didn't pick miner like we did. But for us, that's meaningless. That sucked. Fuck am I supposed to do with this? Alright. Big vat of trash. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Nothing. Did I stop making my cobblestone? Why am I not making my cobblestone? Alright, don't forget to make your cobblestone. You always need to be making it right now, okay? Until you're ready to, until you're done with your base. It takes so long to make. Cotton. Some couches give you leather, some give you cotton. Alright, sweet, there's another one up there. Come on, repair kits. Alright, anything that looks like this is gold colored. That's brass. You can harvest that with your wrench, and you'll get brass from that. Okay? But our wrench is broken, so we can't do it. Use that real quick. That's brass right there. Brass coupling, okay? Alright, working stiff. We might get a wrench out of here. Nice. Alright, so now we have 2 wrenches. So we've met that quota. Let's go ahead and get this brass over here. We'll get these brasses up here. my food looking? I'm gonna go ahead and eat some food just because I want to get the heal from it, and also I can eat. And let's break this car down too. And let's grab this cobblestone. Alright, what we got going on in here? What's that? No luck on the repair kits, but at least we found another wrench. So this building is done. I'm going to go ahead and erase gas. I'm going to turn it... I would turn it to done, but since there's a vending machine here, I'm going to write vending. That's nice, because there's two vending machines, one here and one there. Alright. What we need is a medical place. So we can get a beaker. That's what we're missing now, is a beaker. To complete our trek, we need a beaker. That's the next most important thing. Now, one of the buildings is called Poppin' Pills. Okay, Poppin' Pills are any type of medical supplies, loot piles that you see. Poppin' Pill crates. We have that shotgun side crate, that working stiff crate, the pass and gas crate. What we're looking for now are Poppin' Pill crates. Okay, Poppin' Pills, or little piles that say medical supplies, or bathroom cabinets have medical supplies. That's what we're looking for now, is medical, in order to find a beaker, or hope that the trader has one. But we've already checked all three of our traders, and none of them had beakers. So our only hope to get a beaker now is either on the 7th day reset, okay, or we get it from a medical crate or a medical supply place. All right. Now we do need some wood before night starts again. So I am going to clear some trees out as I look around and see if I see any kind of medical related buildings. And it'll tell you Poppin' Pills or urgent care, or it'll be a hospital. Okay. Still got some more of the town to explore. Grab some more cars since we have some wrench to us. Now, you do see the doghouse right there, right? Not gonna need that lead. When we need lead, we'll go out and we'll mine thousands of it. You see the doghouse right there? Okay, that should tell you there's a dog somewhere around here, alright? The devs are pretty smart. They're trying to be as real as possible. So like I say, a fenced-in yard, doghouse. So if you're having problems with dogs, don't be crying about dogs if you're being stupid about them, alright? There's a doghouse right there. You better believe there is a dog, either around this house or in that house. Now you can go into garages, a garage like this, and sometimes the garages are related to pass and gas. So sometimes garages will have pass and gas crates in them, or garage crates. Okay, and you may be able to find repair kits that way as well. I don't see any. I'm not jumping in that hole. Obviously there's a dog over there somewhere. So I'm going to continue the trek forward, because really I already found my 2 wrenches and I'll be able to make repair kits here shortly. So really what I'm after is a beaker and wood. I need more wood. I used up all my wood making barbed wire and spike traps. So I'm just going to clear these trees that obstruct my vision in order to get my wood. While I explore some more of this town here. What's this over here? Fire station. Warehouse. Okay, there's some bad guys over there. Some pretty hideous sounds going on over there. Now you can actually knock the tree on the zombie and it'll take damage. If you hit him just right, it'll kill him, especially on the low settings. Alright, Hoodie. Come up on me like that. Song kicks in. That means you've got at least 4 of them aggro in you right now. Alright, Jimmy. Get my stamina back. Closing in on Jenny over here. Wow, I am really sluggish. You don't realize people pick a minor skill at the time you save yourself later on, okay? I bust right through the doors. It took me 5 times longer to bust through that door without the skills I have. Which, all your stamina is disappearing. Oh shit. Wow, I am so sluggish, my god. This is really bad. See, I would reboot right now, but I'm on video, so... Well, my video is up in 3 minutes. Alright, so when the video's up, I'll reboot, and hopefully that'll make it go away. Alright, Shotgun Messiah. That's a gun store. Now, like it's Stone Age right now, okay? You go inside that gun store, or you're gonna find her blunderbuss. The level, the Stone Aged error gun is the blunderbuss. It's basically a one-shot shotgun. Fire it, reload, fire it, reload. And it's really slow to reload. Okay, it's a piece of shit weapon. All right, you use it when you're playing on the lobby settings. It's nice as an oh shit weapon because it'll kill the zombie outright if you get a clean shot. But on the higher settings like survival or insane, it's more of a butter them up or finish them off. It's not going to kill them in one hit. It'll take 4 to 5 hits to kill them. Yeah, I got major frame loss. Wow. Okay. So really, it's kind of a shitty weapon when you're playing on the insane setting that I'm playing on. If I have one, I don't have a machine gun, I'll use it. I mean, it does help, okay, but it's not the oh shit weapon that it is on the lower settings. So if that's the gun you get in the Stone Age, okay, you don't get machine guns in the Stone Age. Now the vendor, the trader, breaks the rules. The trader can sell any item. So that's what I'm saying. If you see a gun for sale, like an AK-47, like I got, pump shotgun, the higher tiered weapons. Oh, that's why I lagged out. The storm rolled in. See the storm? Storm rolled in, and that's what caused me to have my... I guarantee it, that's what caused my frames to drop. Anyway, yeah, the trader breaks the rules, okay? So if you see a gun for sale, the trader, get it. Otherwise, you're not going to loot it. So that's a mistake a lot of people think. Oh, it's a gun store. Well, you're still in the Stone Age, so the only gun that's going to drop is a blunderbuss. And they get mad because they start looting all these gun stores to go through the whole gun factory, the big giant POI, the gun factory. They loot 50 containers in that big giant factory, and they're like, oh, all I found was 15 blunderbusses, this is bullshit. Well, motherfucker, you're still in the Stone Age, that's why. So again, this strategy is not going to put us in that position. When we go into that gun store, it's going to have guns in it, because we're not going to be in the Stone Age. Build your character up first. I know, especially to watch a video, it's it's kind of boring to just do this. Although if you're the first person shooter type, you shouldn't be playing 7 Days to Die. Okay, 7 Days to Die is a Minecraft kind of game. It's mining, crafting. This shit is in the title. So I'm expecting anyone who's watching my video here to be the type of person that likes playing like this. The type of person who likes mining and crafting and building and doesn't mind running around and doing these things and exploring, which means you should be having fun doing this. If you're the type of person that hates this right here, you should be playing Halo, dude. Okay? You shouldn't be playing 7 Days to Die. That's like having a guy who likes playing chess playing checkers. You're playing the wrong game, boss. Okay? That being said, you need to get out here and do this stuff first. Build your base first. Like I say, my game stage is going to be high. And, I'm not going to loot 15 blunderbusses in that shotgun messiah. I'm not even going to go in that shotgun messiah until my game stage is gone up.